On September 11, 2001 at 8:45 a.m. on a clear Tuesday morning, an American Airlines Boeing 767 loaded with 20,000 gallons of jet fuel crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City. The impact left a gaping burning hole near the 80th floor of the 110th-story skyscraper, instantly killing hundreds of people and trapping hundreds more in higher floors.
As the evacuation of the North Tower and its twin got underway, television cameras broadcasted live images of what initially appeared to be a freak accident. The 18 minutes after the first plane hit, a second Boeing 767 United Airlines Flight 175 appeared out of the sky, turned sharply toward the World Trade Center, and sliced into the South Tower near the 60th floor. The collision caused a massive explosion that showered burning debris over surrounding buildings and onto the streets below. It immediately became clear America was under attack.
As millions watched the events unfolding in New York, American Airlines Flight 77 circled over downtown Washington, D.C. before crashing into the west side of the Pentagon military headquarters at 9:45 a.m. Jet fuel from the Boeing 757 caused a devastating inferno that led to the structural collapse of the portion of the giant concrete building, which is the headquarters of the U.S. Department of Defense. All told, 125 military personnel and civilians were killed in the Pentagon, along with all 64 people aboard the airliner.
One of the passengers, Thomas Burnett Jr., told his wife over the phone, "I know we're all going to die. There's 3 of us who are going to do something about it. I love you, honey." Another passenger, Todd Beamer, was heard saying, "Are you guys ready? Let's roll," over an open line. Sandy Bradshaw, a flight attendant, called her husband and explained that she had slipped into a galley and was filling pitchers with boiling water. Her last words to him were, "Everyone's running to first class. I've got to go. Bye." The passengers fought the 4 hijackers and are suspected to have attacked the cockpit with a fire extinguisher. The plane flipped over and sped towards the ground at upwards of 500 miles per hour, crashing in a rural field near Shanksville in western Pennsylvania at 10:10 a.m.
A total of 2,996 people were killed in the 9/11 attacks, including the 19 terrorist hijackers aboard the 4 airplanes. Citizens of 78 countries died in New York, Washington, D.C., and Pennsylvania. At the World Trade Center, 2,763 died after the 2 airplanes slammed into the Twin Towers. That figure includes 343 firefighters and paramedics, 23 New York City police officers, and 37 Port Authority police officers who were struggling to complete an evacuation of the buildings and save the office workers trapped on the higher floors. At the Pentagon, 189 people were killed, including 64 on American Airlines Flight 77, the airliner that struck the building. On Flight 93, 44 people died when the airplane crash landed in Pennsylvania.
September 11th will forever be a day that we will always remember. I still remember where I was in 2001, sitting on the campus of South Carolina State University in my math class when I received the news that an airplane had struck the Twin Towers. It sounded like something out of a bad movie, but it was terribly our reality in that moment. We kept hearing about other planes crashing and we had no idea what would happen next. Being away from our families and being in college with a number of other students who are away from their families, we were sincerely terrified. Our hearts go out to those who have lost loved ones in that terrible tragedy, and we look for ways to bring our country closer together and be the examples that we need to be for our scholars each and every day. At this time, I would ask that we recognize a moment of silence for the fallen victims and all those who lost loved ones in the tragedy that occurred on 9/11/2001. Thank you. On behalf of Cesar Chavez Public Charter Schools for Public Policy, we're remembering the fallen from 9/11.
My country, 'tis a thee.
Sweet land of liberty.
Of thee I sing.
land where my fathers died. Land of the Pilgrim's Pride.
From every mountainside.
Let freedom ring.